Hey there, fifth grade readers. This week we've been immersing ourselves in our poetry unit. We've been trying to feel the lines, the stanzas, the rhythm of the poem. We've been thinking about the mood and the tone to determine the theme and think about summary of a poem. We've also been looking at the stanzas and how each of the stanzas connect together. But today, I want to teach you that poetry readers pay attention to images and word choice to consider what the author is really trying to say about that subject. Okay, so again, I'm going to quickly read through the Kobe Bryant's Dear Basketball. From the moment I started rolling my dad's tube socks and shooting imaginary game-winning shots in the Great Western Forum, I knew one thing was real. I fell in love with you, a love so deep I gave you my all, from my mind and body to my spirit and soul. As a 6-year-old boy deeply in love with you, I never saw the end of the tunnel. I only saw myself running out of one. And so I ran. I ran up and down every court after every loose ball for you. You asked for my hustle, and I gave you my heart, because it came with so much more. I played through the sweat and hurt, not because challenge called me, but because you called me. I did everything for you, because that's what you do when someone makes you feel as alive as you have made me feel. You gave a 6-year-old boy his Laker dream, and I will always love you for it, but I can't love you obsessively for much longer. This season is all I have left to give. My heart can take the pounding, my mind can handle the grind, but my body knows it's time to say goodbye. And that's okay. I'm ready to let you go. I want you to know now so we both can savor every moment we have left together. The good and the bad we have given each other. All that we have and we both know, no matter what I do next, I'll always be that kid with the rolled up socks, garbage can in the corner, 5 seconds on the clock, ball in my hands. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Love you always, Kobe. Okay? So, like many poets, Kobe Bryant uses personification. Okay? So remember, personification is when poets allow non-human things to take on human traits and emotions. Okay? In this poem, he's personifying a basketball. Poets usually do use personification to show strong emotions towards something. I can tell that Kobe feels very strongly about basketball through this poem because he wrote this letter to basketball, as well as, again, his sensory language that he's using throughout the whole poem. Okay, particularly I like the line, it says, you asked for my hustle, I gave you my heart. Again, that's a great example of sensory language. Again, language that connects to our senses. Kobe also uses imagery to show how his body has aged over the years. Okay, so again, he kind of talks about how he's getting older now, and this imagery helps spark senses in your mind. Okay, and again, imagery adds depth to a poem. So after thinking of all of these literary moves that Kobe's using to convey his message, I start to think to myself, how does this poet want me to live differently? Okay, so again, I start thinking about he's mentioning giving his all, his mind, his body, his spirit, his soul. He also mentions that he played through the sweat and hurt, not because challenge called me, but because you called me. I think he wants us to realize it wasn't always easy, okay? But in the end, basketball made him feel alive, as he said, and he gave it his heart. Okay, so I think Kobe wants me to know that you have to find a way to persevere. We all have fears, we all have setbacks, we all have hardships, but we have to find a way to persevere in order to be successful. Okay, so again, I used all of these figurative language to help me kind of develop the theme. Okay, so see how these all kind of connect together. Today, I'm going to have you continue to analyze Kobe's poem by looking at a metaphor. Okay, so remember, a metaphor is a figure of speech that's used to make comparisons between two things. Okay, they're not alike and they don't use the word like or as. Okay, remember that's a simile. So that is going to be on your discussion board. And then we will look at some other poems, okay, to look at their figurative language. Okay, so again, I want you to be thinking about and paying attention to images and word choice that the author's using to kind of figure out what the author is really saying about their subject matter.